welcome to another video, and it is a bloody nice day, unbelievably sunny for this country, so I thought come to the beach. It's kind of like a hidden rule, like if you live near a beach and the weather's nice, you kind of got to go there, you know. Anyway, I thought I would start this video off by talking a little bit about bulking and essentially how you do it, because I'm always amazed at how many questions I get in regards to bulking. How do I do it? What do I do? When it is pretty simple. Like, essentially, eat more food, take the amount of calories you're currently eating, increase it, you're bulking, done. Where it gets more complex is obviously how much. So people say, you know, how many calories do I want to have extra, how much more food, what kind of food. This is where it gets more convoluted, because obviously the more calories you're currently consuming, the more calories you're going to need to bulk. So I'm currently on, or my maintenance is about 5,000 calories a day, and therefore if I was to eat another 100 calories a day, it's not going to make a huge amount of difference. So I need to obviously increase it by more than that. Whereas if you were only on, say, 2,000 calories a day, 100 extra calories a day is going to make a pretty big difference. I would say if you weigh yourself, say, once or twice a week, you want to be looking for about ½ pound to £1.5 pound gain, so like ½ kilo or so a week. And if you're doing that, that's pretty good. Any more than that, you're just going to be getting fat. Any less than that, you're going to be in for a bit of a long road. So that is a good number to aim for. In terms of what the calories need to comprise of, just stick with what you're doing. If you have a macro split that works for you, so say you're on, say, 40, 30, 30, carbs, protein, fat, then just increase those within that ratio. Don't do anything weird. Don't suddenly eat loads more carbs or loads more fat. Just do what works for you and stick with that. And that is pretty much it. Just obviously your weight is the best way to regulate it. If you notice you are getting, you know, putting on a abnormally large amount of body fat, then you might want to kind of pull it back a bit. It obviously depends also how much time you have. If you only have a short period of time which you need to bulk, you might need to go a little bit kind of more crazy. If you have like a year or so, you know, 6 months, I'm in no mega rush to bulk, so I'm happy to do it a little bit more slowly, and you can be safe in the knowledge there that you're hopefully not going to be gaining as much fat as someone who's doing it in a kind of, you know, in a rush in, say, a month's time, trying to put on a certain amount of weight. They're obviously going to be under more pressure, and therefore they're going to be putting on more fat. But make sure you take advantage of your bulk. When you are bulking, that is hugely conducive to strength gain, so make sure you make the most of that. Really focus on that progressive overload. That's what I'm doing currently. I'm trying to really make sure that everything is measured and everything is increasing as the weeks go by, because quite simply, if you are bulking, you should be getting stronger, and if you're not really training right. So make sure you make the most of that. And that is pretty much that. So I'm going to go home now, and then I will proceed with the rest of the video. See you there. Back home, I've been training. Before I talk about that, I'm going to show you my first snack of the evening. So when people talk about a balanced diet, this is exactly what they're talking about. You've got good, bad, good. Actually, to be fair, that isn't balanced, because technically it's 2 good things and 1 bad thing, so it's kind of an unbalanced diet. You want, ideally, you know, 2 bad things and 2 good things. These are monster claws, and some pervert the other day asked me to show them actual monster claws, what they look like. So here you go. For that weirdo, that is what they look like. I mean, I'll be honest, they are exactly the same as Monster Munch, but they're just in a different pack, and they're cheaper. Whole almonds from My Protein. If you're not aware that I dislike almonds with a passion, you need to watch more of my videos. If you want to buy My Protein stuff, use my link, by the way. Otherwise, I hate you. And then some ginormous strawberries, or as I call them, strawbzillas. They're friggin' huge, and they're going to go off soon, so I'm going to eat them. If you watched my full day of eating from a couple of days ago, you would be fully aware these were lying in our fridge, because I ate them in I can't remember, at some point in the video, I think. Well, that might be a lie. I'm going to have this, yeah. So training, I've been training, and I did a bench press session, which is fine, but I've realized recently that coincidentally my videos tend to coincide with days where I'm doing push workouts. And so I thought, to prevent it from getting boring, I would record my session from yesterday, which was more exciting. It was squats and deadlifts. So let me talk you through it. Started off with a set of 8 for squats at 190 kilos, which is 400 something pounds, 400 maybe 20 or so, I don't know, pounds. And it felt good. I'm starting to ramp up my sets of 8, trying to get a nice blend of hypertrophy and obviously strength work as well. And yeah, I mean, obviously it's not particularly heavy in the grand scheme of things, but I'm happy with that for a set of 8. I think that's probably the most I've ever lifted for a set of 8, and that will continue to increase as the weeks go by. Then deadlifts. I did a set of 8 with 225 kilos, which is pretty much 500 pounds. And to be honest, it felt pretty freaking easy. I'm still a bit scared with deadlifts because I've literally, up until recently, I had not lifted any more than like 3 reps for deadlifts for the best part of a year. So the thought of doing 8 reps at any weight was pretty scary. So I'm still kind of increasing each week, but I'm still finding it very, very easy. So I think I've got a lot more to come there. That will obviously go up again over the coming weeks. I then did a back and bicep workout. So I started off with some I started off with some pull-ups, and I think I did like 17 reps, which is pretty decent, bearing in mind I'm pretty friggin' heavy. I want to get to the point where I can do like loads and loads, and I'm gonna mess around and see if I can do some muscle ups, because I haven't ever tried to do those, I don't think. I then moved on to some seated rows, which were fine, nothing exciting, and then I finished with some machine curls, which again were pretty decent on those old school Nautilus machines. With all of that hypertrophy stuff, the big change I'm making now, and I touched on it in the intro to the video, is that I am trying to regulate, to manage, to track everything in that respect. I used to just focus on my powerlifting stuff and then just chuck in any old kind of push or pull workout. Now, because I'm bulking, I want to really focus on, you know, developing, just getting bigger and then translating that into strength. I want to make sure I'm maximizing my bulk, and therefore I'm really focusing on progressively overloading every aspect of my training, not just the powerlifting stuff. Yeah, that's that. So in terms of my actual bulk and how it's going and stuff, it's going well. I weighed myself this morning and I was 102.2 kilos, I think, which is like 225 pounds. So just like I said earlier, that's within that kind of pound to pound and a half increase in a week. So like, yeah, like half a kilo, I guess, which is good. I'm happy with that. And all I'll do is that if I weigh myself and I think I put on more than I wanted to, I'll just kind of rein in my eating a little bit. And then conversely, if I weigh myself and I haven't put on as much as I would like, I'll just up it a little bit. But to be honest, I am getting the majority of my extra calories from that coconut oil, although I've run out of it. So the other day I tried olive oil, but it made me want to puke. So I'm just going Commander currently until I get my protein order, which should be tomorrow, hopefully. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to start eating people. Anyway, I'm gonna eat that snack. Says isn't back yet, but I need to start thinking about dinner because I need to be a good husband. So let's see what we've got. I don't know, various stuff. What I'll do is I'll plan out something for dinner and then I'll catch up with you in a second and tell you what I'm gonna have. Okay, I've skipped a few steps, but here is the dinner. So I have some fries and then a pretty awesome looking bit of chicken, which I made myself. Now this is how I did it. I didn't film any of it, by the way, I'll just talk you through it. So you squash the chicken breast, which is a good tip. If you're having chicken breast, like, I'll be honest, I don't really like chicken breast, I'm pretty bored of it. So just squash it, make it really flat, and it's automatically way better. Covered it in some flour, then some egg, and then some breadcrumbs, which I put some parmesan and some salt and pepper in, and then obviously grill it or fry it, sorry, on both sides. And that is the finished article. It's pretty freaking good. Oh, that is also a lot of fries there, just the ones from Aldi's. And then a variety of condiments. That's a Nando's sauce, that's that Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce, and that's ketchup. This is awesome. I was worried it was going to be like alcoholic tasting, but it just tastes like really good barbecue sauce. So I'll probably use some of that now, to be fair. That is some of Sarah's lettuce, which I'll probably eat just to get a like 1/1000th of a gram of micronutrients. And then some root beer, which conveniently is pointing to exactly where it's going to go, aka that glass. So I will have all of this. It's a pretty big meal, so I guess it'll take me a while. Then I've got a bit of editing to do. Then I'll probably have some kind of late evening snack. So I would imagine, unless something incredibly exciting happens between now and then, that'll be the next time I see you. Actually made me unnecessarily hot, and to be honest, that was pretty unnecessary for what is simply a decaf coffee, but you know, got to squeeze it in there from time to time. Right, those chips, I think I definitely underestimated how many fries / chips I gave myself, because that took me about 4 hours to finish. I feel like I've just done like a food marathon, but it's done. So let's live in the now and move on. That was a little while ago, to be fair. I'm now kind of sat here doing some client, oh, it's a reflection, that should be doing something, doing some client emails, which by the way, in like a week or so, I think I'm gonna have another space, like one space for an online client. So if you are interested, drop me an email and I will get back to you. Unless, of course, when you drop me the email, I slip whilst replying to it and fall down the stairs and die, in which case I won't reply to you, so apologies in advance if that happens. I'm now sat here at BTW with some marshmallows, which are white and quite big, and you eat them like this. I wonder if you're going to swallow a whole marshmallow. No, you can't. It's too big to like get to that area, and I'm pretty sure you would suffocate if you tried to do that, so don't try that at home unless you have a throat that's like that big, like bigger than the diameter of a marshmallow basically. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm kind of dropping off here with the conversation, so I'm going to finish the video here. I'm going to have my decaf coffee, I'm going to have my marshmallows, then in like a half an hour or so, or an hour, whenever I'm done with this stuff, I'll grab my protein with whole milk, 30 grams of whey and 5 grams of creatine. And hopefully by tomorrow I'll have my coconut oil back, and I can start adding that again and start ramping my calories up and not having to eat 50,000 chips instead. Chips? Fries. Fries, chips. My brain's getting confused. I obviously, English people would refer to them as chips, but a few times I've been pulled up in my comments saying, why are you calling them fries when you're English? So in my head, like chips are like thicker ones, and then fries would be like French fries, like thinner ones. So I'm going to call them fries. If you have an issue with that, then take it up with my fry consultant. Yeah, so I sincerely hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out, helps the channel out, and indirectly in a way it helps you and your entire family out, and the future generations of your family. So make sure you do it, and I will see you tomorrow.